Hello, welcome to Soccer Yanks, a soccer news day podcast. I'm Dave.
And I am Dan, and we are here to bring you the beautiful game from the American perspective.
But Dan just got his passport stamped.
A few times. Finally back home. We had a little hiatus because I was abroad.
Hiatus.
And I don't mean I was a lady. I was outside of this country. A little,
Bit an ass.
business trip.
It happens. It happens, but...
We got to make a living, because this podcast surely makes negative money.
You got to pay for this microphone. There's a lot of soccer action. This is a very busy time of year. Even more for American soccer fans, because had a little kickoff.
Yeah, this was opening weekend for Major League Soccer. Our local club
Got disemboweled.
Yeah, they were away to Vancouver, and the Red Bulls were their entrails were left upon the field.
It was like the end scene of Braveheart.
So I heard it was just as bad as the sequel of 300. That's what I'm hearing. And then
But there was a lot of exciting goals, like the actual action across the league, the highlight reels. It's reassuring. The content is getting better.
You know what? I forget who it was. I think it was the manager of Cruz Azul. I think it was him that recently said, giving praise to Major League Soccer clubs. I mean, they're doing okay in the CONCACAF Champions League. So there was some praise, going north of the border, which is usually it's never it doesn't go in that direction. But opening weekend. A lot of anticipation built up this off season. Definitely had probably one of the busiest off seasons for Major League Soccer in a long time. A lot of big names leading up to a World Cup. This season is probably building up to be hopefully a very exciting one.
Oh yeah, but we'll get to it in a couple more weeks. A little more MLS centric. We're going to stick to the Champions League for now because it's the cream of the crop.
The UEFA Champions League.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Sorry. I love that anthem.
So.
Couldn't make it my introduction for the wedding. Tried.
Didn't work out, right?
Was not working.
It was not appropriate? I feel like at least a third of the crowd would have got it.
Nobody would have been happy. Anyway, speaking of not happy people, Dan.
I'm okay.
You all right?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Arsenal bowed out of the tournament with a draw to Bayern.
Going against Bayern, you would have liked to see more.
I'm going to be honest with you. The Arsenal went out because of the travesty of the officiating of the first game. That's how I.
The red card and
it ruined the first match.
Yeah, it was tainted.
I think the first 45 minutes of the second leg. It was Arsenal knowing that if they conceded another goal, it was probably over.
That first half of that first game was awesome.
Well, yes. First half of the first game was awesome. I'm talking the first half of Tuesday's match.
That's what I'm saying. Ever since when that red card came, it kind of
killed the game. It killed the whole dynamic. So Arsenal
going back to this game.
So Arsenal came out this match very tentative, very let Bayern have the ball. We're going to try to counter. They put in speed in the middle of the field. They put in Podolski on the left with some speed. Oxlade in playing next to Arteta, and they shifted Santi to the right. Santi's not very fast, but so there was. I think they were basically setting up for a counterattack. Let's not concede a goal. On the other side of the coin, Bayern also was not really going in for the kill because I think they were aware that if they committed too much, Arsenal
would be exposed.
Right, exactly. First 45 minutes, it was. We could forget the first 45 minutes. It was very boring. I mean, there's a few chances here and there, but nothing, amazing. Fabianski was tested one or two times. He did well. Second half rolls around. Bayern puts one in. Beautiful play. Beautiful build up from the left side. You can't take anything away from that goal. But then Arsenal just wakes up because they're like
it opened up a lot.
Backs against the wall. Now there's no chance. Now we're not going to wait for the counter. And then it became a match. We lost Ozil. Apparently, he pulled his hamstring in the second minute of the first half. He played for the remaining 40, whatever. They played a little bit of injury time, 44 minutes.
The busted hamstring.
With the busted hamstring, and everyone, in the papers,
Twitter blasting him.
They were killing him in the papers.
Yeah,
he's lazy. He's this. The guy just played through an injury. I'm not saying that maybe he should have been smarter to say, "I got to come out." But you could
argue that the reason he stayed in was because he's had so much pressure in the last 2 months of people doing exactly what you just said, jumping down his throat for not giving enough of it. And if they would have saw him come out in the second minute, you know what I mean?
Exactly. There was a lose-lose.
Yeah.
It was a lose-lose.
That stinks. I hope he heals up for the World Cup.
I think 6 weeks.
Yeah.
He may not be much more. He may not add much more for the Arsenal season, but he'll be around for Germany. And, and then the match, Podolski had a thunderbolt. And to be honest with you, Pep Guardiola's influence on Bayern has made them soft.
Yeah, I agree. They don't have that killer instinct they used to have.
It's not just that. It's like it's become acceptable to just flop to the ground. I mean, Philipp Lahm.
I'm sorry. Before you go on, but when I say killer instinct, I know they win 6-1 domestically.
Yeah.
I mean, in Europe, they seem to be very passive once they get a lead. Sorry.
I'm not even questioning the attacking prowess or the tactical prowess of Pep Guardiola. It's what I find is he brings an acceptability to manipulating the game.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's something that he accepts and he likes. Philipp Lahm, when Podolski was just trying to get to the ball, he had his hand up and he raised his back, and Lahm just collapsed to the ground like someone threw a brick at his kneecap. And then Podolski and the referee let it play on, and Podolski now got the ball in a really opportune moment. And what Lahm did, and then what Robin did on maybe 5 or 6 occasions, the collapsing to the ground like someone shot them, it just makes me feel like I don't want to see Bayern succeed if this is the attitude they're going to take. And this is something that we've talked about a lot of times, diving. I feel like when a defender gives you something to take advantage of, when a defender in the box makes a very lazy challenge, leaves a big open leg in front of you, and you know what, to be honest with you, they shouldn't be doing that because they're blocking your path on purpose. And you fall over that leg, I'm okay with that. I live with that. I'm like, okay. But when you collapse on no contact, or the most minimal contact where the intention is not lazy, the intention is not to harm, the intention is not there to foul, and you just completely collapse, I want to see Bayern burn. I don't want to see them succeed because of that. I hate that. I hate when the players do that. And you want to tell me that, the Gareth Bale, the Cristiano Ronaldo, the Neymar protecting themselves? Arsenal was not killing anybody. They were not. This was not protecting. That's another argument that I'm okay with. If they're getting slammed and the ref is not showing the cards, not protecting the players, okay, yeah, then you embellish to try to protect yourself.
They knew they were getting away with it.
Aaron Robin was not being killed. He should have. Someone should have punched him in the face. I mean, it was really disgusting. Yeah. And the fact that he's going to get away with it and he's going to be fine, it's a travesty.
Who was your man of the match for Arsenal?
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
He was amazing. He's really coming into himself.
He's a young boy.
He's him in the middle, the number 10 role, right behind the striker, right there. He looks like he could do.
That's where he wants
serious. To be. He could be a serious box to box with some intense attacking ability.
That's where he wants to be. He doesn't want to be out wide, but he's.
He looked great. He looked like he belonged there.
You know what?
It might be better off having him going crazy up the middle with Arteta and Flamini behind him, and then having Ozil off to the right with his left to cross it in, with him running up, and with Podolski going up the side and Giroud in the middle.
I would be okay with that, but I have a feeling that Ozil has some sort of pact with Wenger that he's going to play in the middle of the field.
10.
He's going to play the 10. But guess what? We're not going to have him for 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
So yeah, you're going to get to see it.
We'll probably get to see something along those lines.
Ramsey's still out too, right?
He had another setback this week, another 2 weeks. But we got Rosicky is still capable. Santi's still very capable. Who's coming back? Oh, I think
Gnabry's still there.
Gnabry's still there. I think our loanee, Kay Kallstrom, is he's healthy, I think. We'll see what he can do. We got Flamini and Arteta as well. So, I mean, there's plenty of midfielders.
Yeah. He put in a great performance, so I was blown away.
It was great.
He was running all over the place.
If there is one thing to take away from that was that Arsenal has an amazing backup goalkeeper. Fabianski had an amazing penalty block.
Yeah, he lost that nickname.
Flappy Hanskis.
Yeah, no more.
No, and I think
that was a great stop.
It was great. And also the follow-up, right? So he had the stop and then the follow-through to get the ball off the line. I mean, what he's really doing is putting in a performance to get a contract elsewhere. I mean, we're not going to keep him as a number 2. It's just not going to happen.
He can't stay there.
And the other man was just Oxlade-Chamberlain he's coming in. He's coming through.
The other game.
The other white meat.
Well, there goes for the quad hopes.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Didn't think that was going to happen. Not going to lie.
Well, I mean, are the papers going to start talking about getting the quad next season already? Because all they do is promote and put this team on a pedestal. And the truth of the matter is their defense is not good enough. I mean, it's not good enough.
They're very reckless, it seems, especially later.
Yaya Toure, I think, should have gotten a couple of red cards sometime this season. I think he's getting away with murder.
And company as well. I mean, he smiles and he plays the PR role very well, but he's got some nasty spiking going on.
Yes,
but the Barca moved on. I think this was the only real challenge so far that they've had in the Champions League. If you want to call it that. I mean, the first game was kind of a runaway.
I mean, the first game also was dictated by the red card. To take it to my first statement that their defense is really the problem. Well, they exposed their defense. They put Di Michelis in a position to fail, and he did, and it ruined the first match, and it set them up to fail in the second leg. Meaning they were they were in a position 2 away goals. It's hard. It's hard to come back from that. It's hard for any. It's hard for
go into Barcelona and try to.
New Camp is not going to be an easy place.
They don't really lose there.
No, any major. You're talking about top 4 or 5 clubs in the world. It's going to be hard to win at their homes. Mm-hmm. So regardless of who you are, you know what I mean. Regardless if you're another top 5 club in the world, it's going to be difficult. And Manchester City now can focus solely on the Premier League.
Yeah, that's all they're going to do.
They're going for a double, but winning the cock, by cock I mean the Capital One Cup, does that count as a double if you win? Because it's
domestic cup.
It's really not that I don't think of the cups available to win domestically. Sure. I think it's the one that nobody really cares about.
I'm sure every fan that's popped up in the last 2 years is going to be all over that.
Oh, they're all going to go get their commemorative cock cups,
monograms. Spelt COC.
Of course, no. That's what I'm saying. What do you think? Are you? I'm not. No. What else happened the last couple days here?
Paris Saint-Germain kind of put Leverkusen aside.
Yeah,
Zlatan. He dared to himself.
Yes, dare to Zlatan.
In the fourth person.
By fourth person, you mean a PR team?
Yeah. Yeah. All over that.
Wait, hold on though. Can we just talk about Zlatan for a second? He's been going crazy on Twitter with the, responding to people
more than ever.
Yes, but now my real thing is it's just a promotional thing. But
he's got a $50 T-shirt.
Is that what it is? I mean, it's just a Nike thing, right?
It's promos.
He's a Nike
before the World Cup.
He's a Nike athlete, right?
Yeah,
but he's not in the World Cup.
But this is how he gets. He's not going to be in the World Cup, but they got to use his face somehow.
I believe he actually said it's not a World Cup because he's not there.
Not in it.
All right, so because I see the tweets and I see like the promotional Nike stuff, but I don't see what he's selling.
He's got like his own logo thing.
It's like a Dare to Zlatan.
It's like a Air Jordan or LeBron
or a Tiger Woods or
exactly
or a Messi.
Federer. Sports endorsements.
Yeah.
Milan was ousted by Atletico Madrid, which is one of the new shining stars in La Liga. They actually destroyed them.
A resurgence of a former star. Yeah.
They didn't just come out of nowhere.
I think it's the first time they've made the quarterfinals, though, in a long... I forget what it was. Someone had said... I heard that 20-plus years that they... I think that they haven't made the quarter... 20-plus years? Maybe I'm lying. But it's been a while. Long time. It's a big feat. It's a big feat for them.
The Diego Costa finish was nuts.
It looked like he just hung up in air.
He was like time stopped. He was like in the Matrix.
What would that would be like it was almost like he was performing like a double leg kick on someone, like a Mortal Kombat, like
or Ryu, from
something
Street Fighter.
Yeah, something. It was he just hung up in midair, and it was like a perfect little volley. I don't even call it a volley. We just deflection.
It's like a tip in.
It was awesome. It was great. Now, so we know half the teams that are advancing. Bayern, Barca, PSG, Atletico Madrid. The other 4 teams to advance
next week.
Let's go here. Let's go with the obvious. Real Madrid's at home to Schalke. They're up 6-1 on Ag.
Yeah, I think that one's done.
I think we can set that one on the bed, right? Real Madrid advances. But there's nothing to talk about.
Nothing there.
I think the other one that there's less to talk about, Dortmund at home against Zenit, and they're up 4-2.
Yeah.
And I think the goals that Zenit scored were right at the very end.
Yeah.
If I remember.
They were well organized goals, let's put it that way.
Also, I think that I'm not super well versed in the Russian Super League or whatever it's called, but I think their manager is under a lot of scrutiny. Is he going to get sacked? Did he get sacked? I don't know, but he's in trouble because I think they're not doing so well in the league as well, or he's not as well as is expected for them.
Well, going to the Signal Iduna is not going to be a good time for him. And then we have Chelsea at home against Galatasaray.
And that one's 1 apiece.
Didier Drogba making his return.
What do you think? What do you think on this one?
This is going to be hard.
I think Gala's going to advance.
I think he might too.
But there's a problem. I want them to. I don't care if people use the Champions League as a barometer for how good or bad the Premier League is. I'd rather all the remaining English teams get knocked out.
Yeah, but there's still one other game.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry about it. We'll get there too. I just because I don't like any of them, so I'd rather them all.
Yeah,
but
I don't think Chelsea's going to win. I think you know what I think is going to happen. I can't say they're not going to win. You know what's going to happen? It's going to be a draw to the end. It's going to go to penalty shootouts, and then this time, Drogba isn't going to win it for them.
Now let me ask you a question. You know, Mourinho's got that homestand record. Has never lost at Stamford Bridge. Is that in the Premier League, or is that in all competitions?
I didn't even know that record existed.
Yeah, he's never lost at Stamford Bridge. Yeah. He's drawn, but he's never lost. Actually, I think it
Maybe that'll be another record Moyes will have to break sometime soon.
Did you say Moyes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Apparently, someone's off their meds today.
All right.
The remaining match. The remaining match
at Old Trafford.
Olympiacos comes to town.
4th place spot is on the line. They're going all the way in.
Who's 4th place spot?
I mean, well, we haven't gotten to our Premier League table yet, but.
Well, beating Olympiacos is not going to get you 4th place.
No, but it'll keep us in the Champions League, get us to the next round.
Oh, so you think that's the only way that you're going to get into Europe next year is by winning the Champions League? I agree. No, I agree. That's probably the only way you're going to get into the Europe next year is by winning the Champions League.
You're putting words in my mouth. I think your jet lag is getting to you. I think their priorities are going to be in the Champions League, not only for money-wise, because of all the shirt deals and sponsorship deals that are going on right now, and they have been signing or trying to sign, but they have to stay in Europe, and I think they're going to try to pull Chelsea and they knocked Liverpool out, right?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think the United marketing team is willing to change sponsors in each region on their shirt? So, like, when they go to Newcastle, it's like a betting, and then when they go to, like, London, it's like some sort of posh boutique?
No. No, but they're still a business, and they know what their priorities are. They're going to find a way.
Let's be very objective here. I won't be subjective, and you won't be subjective. Do you believe that if United beats Olympiacos, they actually have a chance of winning the Champions League?
Who would they be playing next?
Look at they would be playing Bayern, Barca, PSG, Atletico Madrid, probably Dortmund. Let's say Chelsea. Did I say Real Madrid? Do you really think that they can compete and win this Champions League against that caliber of teams that are left?
Everyone except for Munich. I think they have a shot against.
No, absolutely not. I don't think so. I think they're the weakest team. If they were advanced, they would be the weakest team to advance of that group, the remaining group.
I don't think so.
You think they're better than Real Madrid?
Oh, sorry, I forgot about Real Madrid. Madrid and
Barca.
And no, not Barca. Not Barca.
Not Barca.
Not Barca.
Not Barca. You have bad memories of Barca. The final.
Never.
Never. I just don't think. I think it would be in Man United's best interest to not advance and try to get back into Europe because their squad has just not been good enough this season, and they need to focus on getting that top four. Because I do not think that winning the Champions League. Listen, Chelsea. Yeah, everyone uses the Chelsea year as. It can be done. You could come in fifth and still win the Champions League. But I think they need to focus on.
We're 9 points out right now on the table. How many weeks left? 6?
Yeah, you're 9 points out, and you're looking at a team that's got 3 games in hand. So you're more than 9 points out, probably. Look at third place.
We have 1 game in hand.
Look at third place. That's a better barometer. All right, let's just get right into it. Let's get right into. Well, actually, give me United. What's the score with United and Olympiacos?
It's gonna be 2-0.
And then what happens?
And then it'll go in the end, and then it'll score in extra time 1.
So it'll be 3.
3.
3-0.
I think it's going to be in extra time.
Wow.
I think Javier Hernandez is going to send it into extra time. It's going to be one of those magic.
It's going to be one of those moments where
it's like a Gunnar Solskjaer kind of thing. Except they don't win.
He just happens. Yeah, thanks. He just happens to be in front of the box, and the ball slams off of him like he always does.
Yeah.
The only type of goals he knows how to score.
Yep.
It's just
Nani is going to teleport into the box and double dribble, finally finish a crossover, and cross it right onto his foot. No, wait, I'm sorry, I messed that up. Evra is going to take it from the back, go all the way to the goal line, and then cross it in, and it's finally going to cross and hit by Javier.
It's not going to go right to the first defender?
No, it's not going to go right to the first defender.
At his feet, too.
Right
first
to his shin.
All right. So we were talking about the table. Let's just look at a quick gander at the table here. Chelsea still leads the pack, 66 points. Liverpool and Arsenal are both at 59. They both have a game in hand. City is at 57, 2 points behind those guys, but they've got 3 games in hand. Now this is good for everybody because they're going to have to squeeze in 3 matches
at the very end
somewhere. Then you got Tottenham at 53, United at 48. Everton at 48. Then it starts to separate a little bit. Newcastle 43. So Newcastle, Southampton, West. Actually, the only mid-table teams I would say, Newcastle, Southampton, 43, 42. Then now everyone else. Now 10th through 20 is 10 points apart, 31 points to 21 points. And the worst kind of thing here is that Fulham at 21 points is
toast.
They look like they're going to be toast.
Sunderland might come up, though.
Well, they got 3 games in hand,
yeah.
and they're at 24, and Cardiff is above them with no games in hand, to 25. So there's a good chance Sunderland swaps places with maybe West Brom or Palace.
Yeah, they're 5 points out into 15th.
That's the scary part about that bottom 10.
Yeah, anything can happen.
You have two bad weekends in a row.
From West Ham down. From the 10th spot down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's 10 points. 31 to 21 points.
West Ham has 2 bad weeks in a row, and now all of a sudden they're on the fringe of being being relegated. It's dangerous. It's very, very dangerous.
It's a fun season though.
It's been a great season. It's been. I mean, the
very open. Up the top half, the bottom half, the shuffling's all over the place.
Well, the top half has been really. I think they've been pushing each other.
I mean, really, the only consistent thing has been Manchester in the 7th, 8th, or 9th spot.
That is. I mean, that's
really.
You gotta. You know what? You gotta wave the flag of the things that. You know what? We've been
consistently in the 8th spot. We're holding.
This upcoming week.
Really, the only games of soccer will be on Sunday. Let's be honest.
United hosts Liverpool, and that's the early game on Sunday, and then Tottenham hosts Arsenal.
North London derby
in the game of the week, match of the week, or at least it's time slot for match of the week, I guess. Before we get into either one of those. Chelsea's playing Villa. I'm gonna give. They're away to Villa, but I think Chelsea probably at least get a point out of that. Probably easily gonna get 3. City has got Hull. They're at Hull. Early start. I don't know how they play early starts. They're gonna be reeling from that Barcelona loss. Although I gotta say, Hull has been playing the last few weeks very good football.
Tight like a tiger.
Minus the Newcastle embarrassment. I feel like they've been impressed. I've been impressed by Hull mostly. Anything else that really strikes me as I need to watch? No.
No. I think actually Palace Sunderland might be a good game actually, because Sunderland will be home. They always put up a fight at home, and Palace are playing really good. I think that might be a good one. But other than that, Sunday's the day.
Sunderland, I mean, they got knocked out of the FA Cup pretty badly by Hull, I believe.
They have some crazy fight though. That key.
Former Southampton player, I believe, right? Is he on loan or is he? I'm not sure if he's on loan.
I'm not sure.
Or is he? No, not Southampton. I'm sorry, I get them confused. Swansea. He's a former Swansea player. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Old Trafford, Theatre of Dreams.
They have to keep the same formation as last time.
This is probably the first time Liverpool, not the first time, first time in recent memory that Liverpool is coming to Old Trafford, and they look to be the favorites, and they look to be, they're on a tear. I mean, if anything, I think that Liverpool is going to sink Chelsea and City, but they're going to open the door for Arsenal getting back to the top.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to end up happening, because I think Arsenal does very well with all the teams outside of top 4, and I think Liverpool does pretty well against all the teams in the top 4. But you got to play the other teams too. I have a feeling Liverpool's going to slip somewhere where they shouldn't slip. But what is Manchester United going to have to do to stop the surgical potency, this killer attack that Liverpool's been bringing to everybody? I mean,
I think as long as they keep the formation, the same starting 11 as they did last week, or when they played against West Brom. Januzaj on the left, Mata was on the right, but kind of had more of a free role.
Mm-hmm.
Switch, and then Rooney and RVP switching in the middle with Fellaini.
Okay.
And Carrick.
Okay.
At holding.
Holding.
And then the standard back 4.
I don't know the standard back 4.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
changing. It keeps changing. I feel like
it was Evra, Jones, Smalling, Raphael.
Okay. No Vidic?
No.
I would say that including Yang Zai in the starting lineup is probably very smart.
Have to.
You have to. Fellaini being back is probably a big boost.
Playing with Carrick, you saw it in the last game. He can still come back and defend. He can still track back, but he can go up front. He has the freedom to move up front.
Where he wants to be. Where he ultimately wants to be.
And he joins in with Mata, and he joins in, and his chemistry is fantastic.
Don't you get fearful? Don't you get fearful that Fellaini is going to shift up, Mata is going to shift left into the same space, and Rooney's going to come back? I feel like all those three players want to play in the same exact space.
No, because Mata and Rooney are the kinds of players that wherever they are on their field, they'll find space just to get the pass. They'll look for the pass. Fellaini would.
No, I understand. I agree. But what I'm saying is that those three players have the tendency to drift into the same space, but from different directions. I feel like that they're going to clog that area that really should be reserved for Rooney. Because I don't think Mata is not going to take the ball to the flag. He's not going to be playing the ball.
No, he always comes in.
He's going to be coming in. Fellaini doesn't want to be in a holding position. He wants to move forward. He wants to be a runner. He wants to be a midfielder that's coming onto a ball. That's going. He's going straight up the field. Mata's tucking in left, and Rooney is doing what he's been doing very well and coming back and helping to create plays. I just feel like they're going to be. It's going to leave the right side of the attack weak, and it's going to crowd up the middle. And I think it might leave them open for a counterattack against a team like Liverpool that is incredible at finding space in a midfield that is overcommitted. I mean, you saw what they did to Arsenal. It's not even just what they did to Arsenal. They've done it to everybody. They can do it. They find space. I mean, I agree that if United does play in that would probably be the best 11 that they could play. But I'm not sure that's the solution against Sturridge, Suarez, Coutinho, Sterling.
We'll have to find out.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be a good game.
It's going to be great.
Do you think they're gonna wear which away jersey Liverpool? They're gonna go with the Native American blanket bottom,
the one that looks like vomit. Yeah,
it's all like a digital camouflage.
It's awful. I like a simpler kit. Liverpool has a very classic, simple looking kit that I think looks sharp. But what they've done this season, to me, I'm like, I mean, they're
it's an abomination.
You know what it kind of looks like? It kind of looks like skiing gear from 1986.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got that. It looks like a Native American, like a Lake Tahoe blanket.
Yes. The LA Aztecs or whatever.
Southwest kind of drug rug.
I don't like that checkered thing that that fractal pattern they have.
Yeah.
It's like the guys at Warrior did some LSD and they said, we're not going to design the only kit that we sponsor in the world.
Let's do binary art.
But maybe that's part of the tactic. Everyone's talking about the kit, distracted by the Navajo spirit embedded in the belly.
The wind talkers.
And they don't know what's going on, and before you know it, Sturridge is doing that arrogant dance of his.
Oh, man.
So, North London Derby.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
There's that thing. What happened? Do you know what happened today? I mean, Tottenham was playing today. They were losing. The last time I checked, it was a rough day, and I don't really catch much Europa.
No, I wasn't.
They were losing 2-1 at one point, and I just had not had a chance to update myself. But I don't think that this is the I mean, it's a derby, right? Tottenham shows up for Derby. Derby Day against Arsenal in White Hart Lane. It's going to be hopefully a 5-2 thrashing Arsenal's way. I just don't. I don't know. I don't believe in this Spurs team. They're so black and white. You know, like they're either like on and they're great, or they are just miserable.
There's no consistency.
Zero. And I think Tim Sherwood's tactics have been very sophomoric. They've been very.
Is that an extra syllable you threw in there?
I like to actually pronunciate the extra O. Sophomoric. I had a teacher that told me that's the correct way to say it. I've said it like that for the rest of, since then.
Fair enough.
Someone on the internet, please tell me if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody will.
And then I'm going to send a letter to my teacher and say, "You told me all those years ago that it's not sophomore, it's sophomore."
Never challenge the internet.
Never. You will lose every time.
Never win.
All right, Dave, give me your estimation here.
For the North London Derby?
Yes.
Because you're my friend?
No. Because I'm your enemy.
No, in all honesty, Tottenham doesn't have a chance. I don't think they do. But I still think it's going to be 2-1.
For Tottenham?
No, for Arsenal.
Oh, okay. Not going to be a thrashing.
No, it's not going to be. They're not going to get gutted. I think it's going to be 2-1.
No, it's going to be a good match.
Lloris is going to be in goal.
Lloris
is going to get a workout.
Well, last week when they lost 4-0 to Chelsea, and it was a bore fest. The first half 0-0, and I'm thinking like, this is perfect. Tottenham's going to sneak in a win. You know, they're going to sneak a win.
hat trick.
And then it just became like they got a. I think they got a. Did they get a red card? Yes, they got a red card. Who was it? I don't know if it was Sandro. I don't think it was. No, it wasn't Sandro. I'm lying. It was Kabul. Kabul got a red card, and it just changed the game. And then I remember just seeing the highlight at the end of the game is just Lloris just yelling at people like because someone had lofted him a ball, like they volleyed a ball back to him like they skied it, like they were punting. They were like going for hang time. And it was like and then it turned into a 50-50 ball with an attacking player.
And you can't catch it.
And he's like, "Are you guys retarded?" Like he's just like you just see him, and I think it was in French. It had to be in French, right? It was just like, and you just it was great.
I've been pretty pissed.
Well, yeah, because it was stupid. I mean,
day one stuff, kid.
Yeah. Next time, why don't you just pass the ball across the face of the goal?
So, you said Ozil's out for 6 weeks?
They're saying 6 weeks, yeah.
So, who's your midfielder? Ox? Or Castanti? You think they'll keep Ox on the wing? And
no, they're gonna give Santi Cazorla the middle. The middle. Podolski will earn his left, and then I think they put in Rosicky on the right. Maybe Gnabry. Don't know.
I think they'll put Gnabry and make the Ox have like a free rolling.
No, they'll have Ox play next to probably Arteta. Maybe no. Maybe they'll swap. Maybe they'll give Flamini the start, and give Arteta a spell. I'm not sure, but it's probably gonna. Santi is usually the free roll, the Ozil role when Ozil's out. Rosicki's another player that could take that spot as well.
So you think it'll be a thrashing?
No. I mean, objectively, no, I don't think it'll be a thrashing. I think Spurs are going to show up. They always do. They don't really lay down. Even the times we have thrashed them, it was a close match until maybe, the 60th, 70th minute, and, a couple of things went wrong and then, taken advantage of. I think it's going to be a clean sheet, though. This Spurs team doesn't have much firepower, to me.
You don't think, Jesus, how the hell?
Adebayor
is he going to throw one in? He always manages to throw something in.
Well, yeah, we are playing. No, he actually always does manage to also throw in a red card tackle. So if we're lucky, he'll go to try to kill Santi Cazorla again, thinking he's like the Keebler elf or something, and he's like, if I crack him open, there's a gold bucket inside of him or something.
Eddie Munster.
So he'll do something stupid like that, get sent off. Adebayor is very dangerous, but I think that Arsenal will probably do a good job of keeping his channels closed off. 2-0. That's what I think it'll be. 2-0. Respectable 2-0.
A gentleman's school.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
2-0. Most dangerous score to go into a halftime with.
Most dangerous lead in hockey.
You're way overconfident.
2-goal lead.
Is that what they say up in Canada?
Oh, yeah. And America.
And America?
Well. Counting the days.
To the World Cup?
My heart's pounding.
We're going to have full coverage. We're going to be on the ground in New Jersey.
In New Jersey. We're going to have some Radizio maybe once.
Yeah, we're going to go to Newark. We're definitely going to go to Newark, go to the Ironbound section.
That'd be fun.
And we're going to watch at least one match.
Eat some clams.
With the samba band in the background, the drums going.
I'm going to drink so much sangria.
That's not really Brazilian. You're going to drink caipirinha, and you're going to like it, goddammit.
I'm going to drink sangria.
You're going to drink caipirinha, and you're going to like it, goddammit. All right. Let's get to some of the good stuff. Send us an email.
Yeah, comments, concerns. What do you think? Help us. Make ourselves better.
Let us help you.
Yeah.
SoccerYanks@gmail.com. Feel free to send us.
Tweet us at
everything.
Soccer Yank Dave.
And at Soccer Yank Dan. You can find us on Facebook.com/SoccerYanks. Our website, SoccerYanks.com. I mean, if you just put in Soccer Yanks into Google now, we come up everywhere.
We're there.
We're there.
We are spread all over.
If you like this podcast and you're listening to us via iTunes or Stitcher Radio, please rate and review us. It makes us feel good.
Yeah.
That's about it.
We need the confidence boosts. But no, and check out our articles too. We have some great writers. And
yes.
If you want to be a writer,
please send us an email, and we will love to evaluate your writing, and maybe we can add you to the stable of young talent we have.
Some fantastic stuff coming out of these.
I sounded like a whore master. Like, we're gonna add you to the stable of young talent we have.
Come on down to the exchange. No, seriously, we're not creepy. Send us some stuff. All right, we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you for listening, guys.
Bye.